All right. Hello, everyone. We're so excited. Grace Hopper is next week, and we're busy getting ready here at the ABI office. And we're going to share with you today some tips for your last-minute logistics getting ready, and hopefully these will answer some of the questions that we've been getting. And then afterwards, I'll answer whatever questions you post on the Google Hangout. So. First, I wanted to just show you all where all of this information is posted. So for afterwards, you can see that. Just share this with you. So on the Grace Hopper site, under Scholars, there's a whole set of logistics here. And so under Before, there's lots of advice about how to book your travel and your hotels. Hopefully you've already read all of this and done that. And then under at Grace Hopper, we have some information for you, and this I just updated it today, and that doesn't look updated, so I'll go back and make sure that that's fixed. But so you'll be able to find all the information here. So I'll start with what you will do when you're coming to the conference. So hopefully you've all booked your flights, and you're going to be arriving at the airport, and you're going to need some kind of transportation to and from the airport. So I saw some of you already are on the Facebook group arranging travel with each other, sharing taxis and things like that. Another thing you can do is book a super shuttle. That's my favorite way to get to and from places when I'm in a new city. You can find the information here on the Attend webpage under Transportation. There's a whole list of services, so you can take the there's just general just the metro in the area. I think it's called the SkyTrain. And then there's also Super Shuttle, and that has a discounted code. So if you book it and you put in this code, you'll get a discount on your rate. And then if some of you might be bringing your children with you or something, you might want a rental car, you can do that. And then, of course, taxis. You can just find them on the street when you get to the convention center. Or when you get to the airport, there'll be a whole line of taxis ready for you. And then there's also light rail. All right. And then, oh, okay.
I just see my dog.
Once you get to your hotel, you should check in with your app ID number, confirmation number. So you should have that already. And if you haven't gotten the email that we sent out, you can go online here under Before Grace Hopper and go to your hotel section. And there's a list here of all of your names and the application ID, which is your confirmation number. You just give that to the hotel when you check in, and they'll have your room ready for you. And let's see, next we had registration. So when you're coming to the conference, there's a variety of different ways you can get into the convention center, but registration is on the lower level of, I believe it's the West Building, but you can look online. And everyone will be going down to registration or badge pickup, and you'll very clearly be able to follow all the signs and get your badges. There's a special booth where you go to pick up your badge. It'll be titled Speaker/GHC Scholar. So make sure you go to that booth and don't go to the sort of automated self-check-in or one of the other counters, because that is where you will pick up your meal cards. So if you don't pick up your badge at the special booth that's labeled GHC Scholar, you won't get a meal card. And the meal card will allow you to purchase breakfast, lunch, and coffee or snacks or anything during the conference. If you're wondering what meals you can use your meal card for, that is listed on the website at GHC. So you can see there's a list of meals on Tuesday, or on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. It will cover breakfast and lunches for those days. Now you'll also notice here that on Thursday and Friday, there's no dinner. So for all of you who will be at the conference, we will reimburse you for that, up to $20 for those 2 meals. And if you're not able to provide that up front and pay for that up front, make sure you click on this and fill out the form to let us know, and we'll make accommodations for you. Some of the other events that are happening where there's meals, the Scholars Meet and Greet is on Tuesday. Now, there'll be some hors d'oeuvres provided there, but that's not required. So if your flight doesn't get in time to make it to that, don't worry. You'll have more chance to meet the scholars. The next day is the lunch, which is required. And that's the only place you'll get lunch that day, and it's sponsored by Apple. So you want to make sure you come to that and meet representatives from Apple and learn from them. Sorry, I'm trying to get rid of this infinity screen. All right, and then let's see. You're probably wondering how you're going to get to the convention center. Some of your hotels are not within walking distance, but there will be a shuttle that will take you to and from the convention center, and that'll come every 15 minutes during the peak hours, and maybe every 20 or 30 minutes during the non-peak hours. Like in the middle of the day, if you have to run back and get something or you want to change, you will be able to get back to your hotel, but it shouldn't be an issue at all. We have lots of shuttle buses and lots of routes. I think that information is going to be posted soon, but you can find the hours of operation and a little bit of information in the printed program guide on the website. So if you go and find the printed program on the program website, it's there. Speaking of the program, the entire program is online. And you can go and check that out now and pick out what sessions you want to go to and kind of plan your trip at Grace Hopper. So you can just click here, see the full schedule, and you can see everything that's happening, see the Scholars Lunch, and here's all the tracks. So you can scroll this way and see all the fun things you can do. And like I said, there is also the printed program, so if you want to get a sneak peek at what that looks like, you can just download this full program here. The other fun thing that's out is the app, and I believe you should have gotten an email, but you can also just find it in the App Store. And I have it on my phone here, so...
Same.
Oh, Elizabeth has it too. Had it open earlier. Okay, so here's me from last year. You can see this is the app, and you can see the agenda of all the events that are going to happen.
You can hardly see.
You can't really see that, can you?
What if you go closer?
I don't know if closer is better or farther. There. Oh, there we go. Okay, so you can kind of see
just get the app and see
the agenda, and it has what's happening every day, and it also has information on the speakers, and there's also ways that you connect with people on here. So under attendees, you can see that there's a long list of attendees, and some people have filled out a profile and things like that. So make sure you fill out your profile so you can connect with people, and feel free to connect with Elizabeth and I.
So wait, you can connect on the app? Like,
Yeah,
can you
what
friend
shall we
someone or
do
something?
it?
I haven't really looked at the app too much.
Okay, well, let me see if I can find you.
Elizabeth Bowman.
Elizabeth Bowen.
Oh, someone's following me. This is exciting.
Maybe
I'll
it's a
follow
scholar.
them. I think it is a scholar.
Okay, I'm looking, but there's so many people.
Post an update.
I'm still on BA.
Oh, you have to look through all the people.
I don't know if there should be a search feature. We'll have to add that next time.
Oh yeah, there's too many attendees.
Wow.
Almost there. You're almost there. There's BO.
Oh my gosh. As you can see, we really do have 8,000
there's my
people.
mom, and there's me.
Okay. And
Do you have
so
to say follow?
I just added her.
Oh.
So see now it says, you can see I'm following Elizabeth. All right.
There we go. Okay.
So make sure you connect with people. You can connect with the other scholars beforehand, or when you get there, you can find each other.
I have to like add a photo and stuff.
And so the one question we've been getting a bunch of is there's some people who want to stay an extra night, and we are working with the hotel to try and figure out how to instruct you to do that. Since we don't pay for the extra night, we are hoping that we can get the hotel to work with you directly. So just stay tuned for some more information about that. For those of you who contacted us, you should be able to go directly to the hotel, but just give us another day or two to figure that out. And that's it for my notes of
how about
logistics.
The other, like, just the general tips, like what Catherine was saying about just being open.
Well, why don't you talk about it a little bit?
Well, I've never been, so I can't really. I was asking someone today about, since I've never been, just about like general tips, and one of our coworkers, Catherine, who you'll probably meet, was just saying to be open-minded at the conference and try to talk to and meet as many people as you can, but like don't let it stress you out, because you want to try to have fun as well.
Yeah, there's just going to be so many people. You have to be open to meeting anybody, and not worry about meeting all 8,000 people, because that's really
impossible.
Not possible. And I think we've gotten a lot of questions about the dress code in the past, like what to wear. So I would say that it ranges from really casual people in jeans and t-shirts all the way to business suits. So, the executives that are attending might be in a full suit, or someone who's going to an interview, you might want to wear a suit for that. But there are definitely
be in full suits.
People who, I would say what I'm wearing today is pretty much what I would wear at Grace Hopper. You can't quite see my pants, but they're just like dress pants and a top and sweater, like that's fine.
But even like nice jeans with a nice top.
Yeah, like what Elizabeth's wearing today. We're gonna do a fashion show.
I'm just wearing long sleeve.
Yeah, so
jeans.
Just jeans, pretty casual. So don't worry too much about what you're gonna wear. Should be fine. Are there any questions on the post?
There were a few I saw. One, someone's on the waiting list for open source day. Do you know the likelihood of being added? Like, that's not really our domain.
I don't know the chances, but I do know that there are always people who sign up and then they get there and they get distracted by something and they're like, oh, I really want to go to this other thing, or they get an interview and they can't make it at the same time. So if you're really interested in going to something, just show up. And the worst they're going to say is, no, sorry, we don't have enough space. And, in that case, then you can go and find something else that's interesting to you. At the same time as the open source, there's the open source day, the Codeathon. There's also open source tutorials, 101 sessions. So you could go and learn about open source at one of those places, or one of those sessions, or you can go to the Student Opportunity Lab, where they'll have a variety of different tables, and you can go to different sessions, and they move throughout. So it's not one session that you have to go for the whole time. So.
I've actually been getting this question a lot, just in emails, about registering for events, or kind of what you just said about like do we register for events?
Right.
Like, how do we, if we want to go to something, do we register on the day?
So I don't think that there's anything except for Open Source Day where you have to RSVP ahead of time. I think everything else is first come, first served. So the majority of the sessions, you just show up and you go. There are some private events that are happening, whether it's like the scholars events, the scholars meet and greet, and the scholars lunch. You have to have scholars on your badge or you won't be able to get in. There are some other private events that the companies host, so many of you may be getting invited to those. If your sponsor is hosting an event, then they'll be contacting you.
That's not going to happen for everybody.
Yeah, so that
happen,
not everyone is hosting an event. So if you don't get contacted by your sponsor, don't feel bad. That's just not what they are choosing to do at Grace Hopper. It might help you to also know that the sponsors don't have specific criteria for choosing each of you, so they're just sort of given, and there's not any one reason why you're all equal in the scholars world. Yeah. Are there any other questions? You've been getting a lot.
You covered
most of it. Yeah.
There's more.
Yeah.
Is there Wi-Fi at hotel and convention center?
There will be free Wi-Fi throughout the hotels and the convention centers. If they charge you for Wi-Fi at the hotel, please tell me, because they shouldn't.
The shuttle buses will be at all the hotels.
Yeah.
We cannot say this enough.
So there's 25 hotels.
Don't worry about it. Everyone's worrying about it. It will all be okay.
I think this is sharing, right? Here, I'll share. So if you really are looking for this information, there is a map of all the hotels. So you can see there's lots of hotels. There are people staying at. There's 25. And all of the hotels 5 through 25 will have a shuttle bus. So you can see only the ones within walking distance, the 4 within walking distance of the convention center.
But none of them are the scholar hotels.
Right. And so if you're staying at one of the scholar hotels, they're out here, and you will have a shuttle bus to and from the convention center. Mm-hmm. If you booked your own hotel and you happen to be in one of these 4, then you're within a block or 2 of the convention center. You shouldn't worry about it. Even these 5 and 6 ones that are out a little ways, they have a shuttle bus. So the exact routes and maps aren't posted here, but all of them will have a shuttle bus. So if you're looking, you can find that here on the hotel page under the location map.
You know what I was just thinking of? I don't know if you know the answer to this, but do you know how safe Phoenix is? I know a lot of people probably haven't gone, so at night. I just thought of that myself.
Yeah,
you'll have a shuttle, so you should be fine.
I'm not from Phoenix, so I can't really attest to its safety necessarily, but when we were there in January, I walked around. I stayed at the Sheraton, and I walked around. I had a car, and I drove to a few different places, and everywhere seemed fairly safe. That being said, please be aware of your surroundings.
Yeah,
go somewhere.
If you're going out at night, take a buddy or something.
Make sure to take your roommate with you, or take a buddy with you. At the very least, tell someone if you're going out, so that if you don't come back, they're aware of it.
Someone has your number or something.
Just in general, basic safety rules, don't leave your cell phone sitting on a table. Don't leave your purse sitting open unattended. A lot of people at the convention center feel very safe because it's all Grace Hopper, and so the convention center itself is fairly safe.
Yeah.
But just when you're out in public, going to the restaurants and things, just be aware that you are in public, and just take precautions as you would anywhere else.
Cool. So Sarah said, I signed up for the Codathon, but the Scholar Lunch is at the same time. Should she drop out of the Codathon? Have you thought about that? I haven't even thought about that.
I guess I didn't realize that they were at the same time. I think they're preceding each other. So
let's look at this
I don't think there's anything happening during lunch.
Oh.
So there's a scholarship lunch, and then
oh yeah, you should be fine.
Then
oh, you lost it.
I didn't mean to click on that. And then the hackathon start, or the Codathon starts.
I think it's over on the left.
Was it on this side?
Codathon, yeah.
Yeah.
You're fine.
So
yeah.
They are following each other, but they're not at the same time. So.
I know there'll probably be others that are going. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
Should I make contact with the company who's my sponsor? I don't get what I don't understand what I should expect of my sponsor. What should I do for them? I'm confused.
So some of the sponsors will contact you before the conference. Not all of them will. What I recommend is finding their booth and letting them know that you are their scholarship recipient, and just introduce yourself. That's a great icebreaker to go up to them and say, you know, I got a scholarship from you. Thank you so much. And, you know, can you tell me more about what opportunities you have? But other than that, like, you know, some of them are more organized than others. They might be inviting you to an event, and some of them might not. It really depends, and we actually don't know. So just feel free to reach out to them at the conference. We don't have contact information for all of them, so we've told them who you are, but we don't share that information with you, and if they want to reach out to you, they will. But I recommend going to their booth at the conference.
Does NSF have a booth?
No. NSF is a little bit different. They fund a 3-year grant with us to provide scholarships for you all to attend. So anyone who is a sponsor of NSF, there's not a particular person per se that you should be contacting. Or
same with ABI, if ABI is your sponsor.
Yeah, if ABI is your sponsor, that's just us.
You're welcome.
So both, if you are an ABI recipient or an NSF recipient, feel free to just send us your thank yous, and we will make sure that they get into the appropriate places. For NSF, we'll include them in our grant reporting. For ABI, we have a little poster in our office, and we print out your thank yous and post them up there for everyone to see.
Are all the meals at the convention center?
So no, the breakfast and lunch for the 3 days are. On Tuesday, there is the scholars meet and greet, and there will be hors d'oeuvres there, heavy hors d'oeuvres, pretty much dinner. On Wednesday, dinner is provided, and on Thursday and Friday, you should find another scholar and go out to dinner. Or someone else, but you know, meet up and try a restaurant in the nearby area. Both of those nights, there are dinner and dancing receptions afterwards, so make sure you come back to the convention center.
Not dinner. There's dinner at the
Did I say? I meant dessert.
Dessert
and dancing. Sorry. So go eat dinner somewhere and then come back to the convention center and have dessert and dance. It's really fun.
Wendy said thanks. I was about to ask about it. I don't know what about, but
okay.
You're welcome. Yeah.
That's it.
Anyone have any more? Is there anything we can think of? I'm trying to think of if there's like any other. Oh, I know a bit. Actually, yeah. So a big question has been for scholars that are coming in like a day later. like checking in on the 8th or the 9th, they have a midterm or can't get in or whatever. You guys are worried about if your hotel will be saved. And the answer to that is yes, it will be saved. Most likely you have a roommate that's already going to be checked in. And even if you don't have a roommate that's not going to be checked in,
we save your rooms.
Yeah. So you don't have to worry about that. And you already covered the hotel if they want another night.
Yeah, we don't have an answer for you yet on that. We're working with the Housing Bureau to find out if we can just have you work directly with the hotels rather than going through us, which would be a lot easier for everyone. But we're still waiting to hear back from them. So, yeah.
If you have any more questions, now's the time.
I guess the other thing would be to make sure you write down our phone numbers ahead of time. So when you get to the convention center, well, you don't have to give out yours if you don't want to. But
I can't.
I always give mine out in case you guys have any questions. Feel free to text me or call me and just ask. Especially coming into the convention center, if you're worried about something you can't find us, just feel free to reach out to me. You'll also see that there are so many people, and they're also willing to help. So just ask people around, and they will help you.
So is there an identifier for ABI workers of who they can ask?
I don't have it.
Is it on our card or something?
But there will be a badge. Why don't I go get it and you can see it?
Okay. Oh, awkward. Hello.
All right, so this is the badge that you'll have at Grace Hopper, and you can see, you can see there's different tags, and you guys will have one that says Scholar. And then under here, there's some fun ribbons, but this one is the important one. It says ABI staff. So I don't know if it'll be that color, but there will be one ribbon that will say ABI staff. And then you'll be able to see us pretty easily.
Is this from last year?
This is last year's badge, yeah.
Cool. And then everyone will know you're a scholar, and it's like you're so special.
Yeah. So you'll have a tag printed like this that says that you're a scholar, and so you'll need that to get into the lunch and things like that.
So don't lose that.
Yeah, don't lose your badge.
Don't lose that.
I think it's like $50 to get it reprinted. So make sure you bring it with you.
What happens? So they get their mail card. You already said how they get their mail card. And so what happens if they lose that? Don't lose that.
Don't lose your meal card. That is your way to eat at the conference.
Okay. Rashmi. Sorry for butchering your name. We'll be arriving earlier on Tuesday. When will the checking in be available? Isn't it like 3?
Yeah, so check-in is usually at 3. What I recommend is you just go to the hotel and ask if they have an early check-in. I've done that a few times just traveling, and they've always been able to accommodate me, maybe not at the time that I get there, but a few hours within that.
They are expecting the mass of people that are coming in, right? So they should be prepared.
It just depends on how many people they have in the hotel the night before. So if they're having to clean rooms before you get there, then they won't be able to give you a room. But if they have some rooms that maybe weren't occupied the night before, they're already going to be cleaned, and you can go in and get an early check-in. You can also try calling the hotel to see if they have your information already and ask for an early check-in, but they're probably just going to say that they can't do it and to just come at 3. But don't just go early.
If you go early and they don't have rooms, your room available, I'm almost positive that they can still hold like your luggage. If you wanted to go walk around and just explore, then they have a luggage room where
Yes.
they'll put a tag with your name on it, and so you won't have to carry that around, and you can just explore before
And come pick
checking.
up your badge.
Yeah. So badge, it starts at 4 though. So I don't think they can come pick it up.
Okay, yeah, well, that's true. But you can come visit us.
Yeah, I don't know where we're gonna be, but
No, you should just walk around the city and get a feel for Arizona, and I've heard it's going to be warm, so
yeah. That's another thing. It's gonna be like
in the
high
90s.
80s, 90s.
Yeah.
So, but the convention center will be air conditioned.
Right.
So.
And so you never know how cold it will be inside. Yeah. They always try and keep it a bit warmer for us because we're as a group all women pretty much. I think there's maybe about 300 men, so the vast majority of people will be women, and so they try and keep the temperature a little bit warmer for us.
Someone says she thinks her roommate did not get her visa, so is it fine? I'm guessing she's wondering like if her roommate doesn't come.
Unfortunately, it's possible that there's some people who haven't gotten their visas in time. We try and inform all of the scholars early enough that they can apply and receive their visas, but we really have no control over that whatsoever. So if that scholar's not able to come, you might have a single. There's been some people who've dropped out already because of that, and unfortunately there's really nothing we can do. We encourage them to apply again next year, and hopefully they get the visa now so they can come next time.
After we get off the plane, do we head straight to the convention center to get our badge, or do we go straight to the hotel?
I guess that's up to you.
Yeah.
If you're coming at 5 o'clock and you want to just go straight to the convention center and get your badge, you can do that. You might want to just pick it up on your way to the scholarship meet and greet if you're arriving around then, because the meet and greet is across the street from the convention center. You don't have to pick up your badge before the meet and greet, but we encourage you to do so.
Oh, but you could pick it up Wednesday, but we don't want them to do that?
Yeah, if you're not coming within, I think it's 4 to 8, right, on Tuesday, then you can come early in the morning on Wednesday and pick up your badge and meal card and eat breakfast at the convention center. So just make sure to get there early.
Yeah, also, I think I just thought of is it might be easiest to check in first because the convention center is within walking distance of the Hyatt. So if you just plan to go like at 5 or 5:30 to go pick up your badge, I don't know how long it takes. You can just walk from the convention center to the Hyatt, and then the meet and greet will be at 6. So
right.
If your hotel is not like in that area, it doesn't really make sense to go to the convention center, then your hotel, and then back to the Hyatt. So
if you're staying at a scholar, one of our reserved hotels, the majority of them are near the airport. So it would make more sense for you to check in at the hotel and then come to the convention center, pick up your badge, and then go to the scholarship meet and greet.
Because you're going to have to taxi over anyways. And maybe your roommate will be there. You can taxi with your roommate. It's cheaper. That's a possibility.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
There's not transportation from your hotel to the meet and greet, so just grab a taxi and include it in your ground transportation reimbursement.
And if that's a concern, tell us now. Like if you cannot afford that, tell us.
Well.
Or no. Sorry. Don't.
Yeah, you should be able to include it in your travel award.
Okay. Does the travel stipend include meals on Thursday, Friday? If not,
so your travel stipend actually does not include those meals. but we will add an additional $40 onto your travel award to pay for those meals.
Yeah, so like you asked about saving receipts. Yes, save your receipts, and then you'll include that in the
so
expense report.
It's included in the same process, but the maximum amount that you were told, there's an additional amount on top of that for these meals. We will clarify all of this reimbursement information after the conference. We'll have another hangout for how to complete a reimbursement, and we'll walk you through it.
So Sarah asks how about the CRAW career mentoring workshop? It's from 12:30 to 4:30. I'm sorry, I'm slightly confused if it's clashing with the Codathon. I don't know when that workshop
So
is.
the CRAW Career Mentoring Workshop and the Codathon are happening at the same time. There's lots of things that happen at the same time, so you have to make choices as to what you want to go to. The Career Mentoring Workshops are great if you're interested in going to grad school, doing research, going into a field where you're going to do research professionally, whether that's academia or industry, working at a research lab or working at a research university. They are a really great resource for you. Some of the speakers there will be absolutely amazing. If you're interested in grad school, there will be sessions at the Student Opportunity Lab that are hosted by CRAW. And that's the Career Researchers Association for Women. Computing Researchers Association for Women. And those sessions are meant to be consecutive, but they are not, you don't have to go to all three. So you could drop into the middle one and not go to the first one and the last one, or you could just go to the last one. So while all three do apply to a particular stage in your career, you don't have to go to all three.
So can we get a list of people staying in the same hotel?
So the list is online, but it's not sorted by hotel, it's sorted by first name, so you can find all the people that are staying at your hotel that way.
Yeah, although it doesn't have last name on it. Does it have any contact
It doesn't have
information?
last name or contact information. So you can try and find them on Facebook.
Yeah, on the Facebook group.
We don't have a very safe way to share that information with everyone, so rather than sharing your contact information with all 400 scholars, we just ask that you try and contact each other, and once you get to the hotel, you'll find each other too.
And like hopefully at the meet and greet, I mean, it might be crazy everyone getting to their hotel Tuesday, but if you go to the meet and greet, you can ask, oh, what hotel are you staying at? And maybe you'll find a few that are staying at your same hotel. But you're not even going to be at your hotel for that much of the time.
Hopefully not.
Hopefully you'll be at the conference enjoying yourself.
Yeah.
So.
And I saw there were a few of you that were saying you had to take tests or do homework assignments during Grace Hopper, and that's really common. You'll find a lot of people who are in the same shoes, so you can always pop back over to your hotel or just find a quiet space in the convention center. So it shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah. Cool. Well, I don't know if there's any more.
Okay.
I'm excited
about other things.
Is there any what am I saying? Any workshop or track or anything that you would highly recommend for scholars or just for anyone? Well, you know more of the academic tracks. Are there any that?
Yeah, it's more for faculty. The tracks, the technical tracks on Thursday and Friday are great for anyone to go to. They and if you look at the printed program, you'll get a hard copy when you get to Grace Hopper. But I always like to look at that because the overview has a great rating guide for you. So when you look at the overview for that day.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and it's nice it has full map and everything.
So when you look at the overview for the day, you'll see there's, oh, sorry, I'm not on Thursday. You'll see there's these dots, and that signifies the level. So 1 dot is an overview session, 2 dots is learn more, and 3 is in-depth. So you can see,
that's really cool.
you know, the level of technical content that will be presented in that session. The other thing that I think everyone should go to at some point on Thursday is the speed networking sessions. These are repeat sessions that happen throughout the day, and you get to network with other women who volunteered to sit and network with you. So it's a speed networking session, and for those of you who aren't familiar with that, basically there's a set of tables with mentors on one side and mentees, which would be you, on the other side, and every so many minutes they switch and move you to another, you know, you move to the next mentor, and so you get to learn a little bit about everyone and meet some really great people. So it's a good chance to just get to meet people in a more structured way. It's great if you're like myself and shy.
Me too.
I don't like to walk up to random people and ask them. So
if you go back to that, it had the map. Does it show on the map where the registration check-in is, or no?
yeah, let me see if I can pull up the map and kind of show
in the
you guys.
beginning part, kind of. So I don't even know. This would probably be good to look at if you have spare time. Probably don't.
Yeah, so these I think are the most useful here. So this is the west building and the north building. You can see this smaller section is the west, and this bigger one is the north, I think. And
there's the south.
This 100 level is street level. So if you just walk into the convention center, you're actually on the 100 level. So you need to go downstairs to the lower level to get to the exhibit hall and registration. So registration will be right here in this little central kind of elbow. And all of this area will be the career fair and the food court.
And there should be signs, like, directing them, right?
Yes.
And there will be signs outside of the convention center, like, you'll know where you are. You should.
Yes, there will be lots and lots of signs. You shouldn't have
signs.
a problem getting to and from different places.
Yeah.
So, let me see if let me see if I can show you some of the things that they showed us before we went.
Oh, can we show that?
Some of it. I'm trying to find. I'm flipping through a PowerPoint looking for the information about the building and what it looks like. So you get a little preview. Didn't include it.
There's no. If you go like to 40 or something.
That's what I was hoping, that there would be more pictures of signs, but she didn't include that one. So
maybe she didn't. Yeah.
I'll go back. All right, I'm going to show you some pictures that our event manager took.
Exclusive. Just for
Yes,
you.
the exclusive here. Can you see what we're actually Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So this is what the convention center looks like. I'll try and do my best to orient myself as well. This is from the outside if you were to enter the north building. And this is the lobby where if you want to go to registration, you would go downstairs. And I don't actually know where that is. I've only been there once, so this is more of the north building where you go to meeting rooms and a ballroom, more where there'll be sessions. For those of you printing a poster, this might be helpful. There's a UPS print center within the convention center, so if you want to print your poster at the convention center, you can see if they'll do it for you. These are more ballrooms. And yeah, going down. So again, these are just spaces at the convention center. There's a sky bridge connecting the two west and north buildings. So you'll be walking between there.
Which is nice. You don't have to go outside.
And this is the west building. There's a Starbucks, which I will be in line for. I have to say that everyone at Grace Hopper loves coffee, so there will be lots and lots of coffee if you don't want to stand in line
not just the Starbucks shop.
At the Starbucks. Okay, so these are just more views of the building itself. This is the west building. And I don't have any pictures of the exhibit hall, but this is the example I was showing you. If you go downstairs from either building, registration will be in this L area, and all throughout the exhibit halls there will be a variety of different things happening. Try and show you that floor plan. So it looks kind of crazy from the bird's eye view. Yeah. But you guys are getting the exclusive sneak peek here of this will be a food court with a dining area and the exhibit hall with all the sponsors. And you can see the specific map of all these sponsors. That map is online, so you can go and find it and print it out ahead of time. See my desktop there. So on the Grace Hopper page, if you go to sponsors, you can see the career fair and booth map. So you can see it has a list of all of the sponsors, and it shows you on the map where they are. So when you come in from the registration here, you'll be able to find the sponsor that you want to find.
And there's us on the right.
And this will be us.
So come say hi.
Are there more questions?
Wendy asks, what's the name of the app? I think it's just GHC 2014.
It could be Grace Hopper.
Why don't we? Yeah.
Anybody?
About this app?
Yeah.
Let me try to search it up.
I downloaded it last year, so I'm not really sure what
I think it's GHC 2014, but
it could just be the GHC 2014, or it could be the Grace Hopper celebration.
Yeah.
Okay, GHC 2014, and it's the Double Dutch is the vendor. And if you don't know your password, just reset it.
Right, I had to do that. That's it.
All right. Well, I hope you are all as excited as we are to go to Grace Hopper next week and meet all of you. If you have questions, just feel free to post them in Facebook or email us, and we'll try and keep up to date with those.
How are they getting our phone numbers?
We'll send an email.
Okay, we'll send you an email. Sorry. That was more for me.
All right. All right, we're going to sign off now, and we'll see you in Phoenix. Yay. Bye.
Bye.